So hello everybody, and once again it is Jen from Jen's World, and I'm out on my back porch right now. Sort of a mess at the moment. Here's a few of I call them my porch plants because they live out back here. Got a caladium. Those are some of the elephant ears. I actually dug those up from the yard. My ivy, my jade plant. Let's argue, pothos, what do you call it? I call it a pothos or pothos, depending on the mood I'm in. Got some citrus trees. It's a lime quat, a lemon, Meyer lemon. These guys came in a container together, and it didn't notice until I went to separate them that the lime was definitely taking over and doing really well. And the lemon, somebody had pruned it down to basically just a stick. And I just kind of attached it to this pole, and we're letting it go. Well, it's got new growth on it. It's living, but we'll see where it goes. What else I got up here? I'm in the middle of changing some stuff around and building some more shelves. That is an agave, and that is one of the huge agave plants. It will grow huge if you put it out in the yard. I dug these up from my dad's house. He's got a couple really big ones, and it started throwing pups. And so I dug these up, threw them in some pots in case anybody wanted them. Trying to grow an avocado seed, and we'll see where it goes. My boyfriend, Scotty, saw this guy one day and decided he wanted him. So we got him, and we're growing them. This one, I know, people get really funny about these guys, but I like him, and I got him. In fact, that's why I got this guy, and Scotty was like, well, I want one too. I want the red one, so we got that. What else I got hanging around here? That's a baby palm tree. I'll do a video on that later. I've got a couple of them going on. This was my stacker, and you can see it's got some herbs in it, and it just not working out, so I'm taking it apart and putting it in grow bags. One of the things I definitely will say is I'm no expert on any of this. These videos are more or less a diary of my own stuff that I'm doing. They are just for my knowledge and keeping up on. If anybody enjoys them, they enjoy them. If you don't watch. I'm not concerned about it. But my back porch is a little messy. I've been putting some dirt in bags. I got some more bags. A sawhorse over there, some wood chips, pool stuff. I have a case. I actually meant to come out and talk about what I got going on here. My tomato plant had a case of, let's see if we can get some, of early blight. That's what that is. So I went and I cut all the affected limbs off. And got a nice little pile. And I should have thought to get a picture of the tomato plant before, but of course I didn't. But here's what's left of it now after getting all the disease stuff off. We'll see what happens when it grows out a little bit, see if it can support the tomatoes it's got coming in. I don't know if this light's the greatest. Come over here and see what happens. Yeah, but it's doing alright. My yellow pear tomato, these guys are like, I've grown these before and I love these. They're pretty sturdy plants. I grew them down in Arizona. They're pretty heat tolerant too, as long as you give them water. Something I didn't show in my yard tour was my new peach trees we put in this year. And this one here, I forget what kind this was. It's on the receipt. I'm going to have to get a tag out on it so I can remember. But it already threw some blossoms and started growing some baby peaches. But I took those off. I wanted them to focus on making roots. This is the other one. This is a Florida King, I think. Is it? The Florida King. And something started munching on the leaves over here, so I put some neem oil on it. We'll see what happens with that. I kind of like to do the neem oil first, and if that doesn't work, go with other stuff. Again, I am no expert. If anybody has a better way to do that, then feel free to let me know, because it's all experimentation at my house. Been giving this guy some water. We're going to go ahead and turn that off. And I'll come back over. Like I said, I love coming out here and just puttering around. It's with the water fountain going, I get the fountain noise, and just love my backyard, even though it's hot as hell out today. Oops, excuse my French. That's another thing you'll find if you hang around this channel. I'm not PC. I am not always the most appropriate. Try to be, but you know, I grew up in a military family. I was in the military, so I sort of picked up a bit of vocabulary there with that. Anyway, there it is. That's what I've been looking at this morning. Like I said, if it were cooler, I'd get back in the corner and weed that area out. I say this just about every day. If it were cooler, but here we are. There's a barn we just recently, not barn, we call it the barn. It's a shed. And we recently painted it like a barn. And I'm really happy with that. It was like a tan color before. Tan and mold green. Yeah, another fun part about living in Florida. Well, I'm thinking about it. Come out here. We got a power washer this year. And I need to come out and weed whack. Story of my life. Here's where I power washed. And here's where I still need to go. So, yeah. Ain't Florida fun? I love it here. We came from, I was living in Colorado before. I've been in Arizona, Delaware, California, Texas, been all over. And I actually really like Florida. We're outside of Pensacola. We're probably closer to Alabama than we are to the Gulf, but so it's real country here. And as the saying goes, the norther you go in Florida, the more southern it gets. So it's very southern here. That has its kickbacks, but you know, I actually enjoy most of it. So I could do without some of the prejudice. I'll tell you that. There's some blatantly outright prejudice that goes on, but there's problems everywhere. So, you know, you deal with it. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you picked up at least something from this video. And we'll see you next time. Ciao.